So hello and good evening, this is Ruth Pozzolo from Curbal.com, and in today's video I am actually going to show you something that is a very common scenario. You know how businesses always have these budget files that they update once a year, or they create once a year, and then they update throughout the year as you know, as business proceed, and they have to make adjustments. So those budget files are always used for analysis, but the issue is that they are everywhere. It's like local copies everywhere. You never know which one is the last one. It's not perhaps so clear how to update because there are like 1,000 columns that calculate 1,000 things. So I'm of course going to simplify the actual Excel file a little bit just so you can see the flow. But you can make the budget file as complex as you like. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to create an Excel file that is going to be our budget file. Then we're going to use PowerApps to create an app to be able to search, edit, and create new lines of budgets in case that would be necessary. And once we've done that, we're going to import into Power BI both the source file and the app, so we will be able to interact with that. So this is a business scenario that is very common and that can be solved with PowerApps and Power BI. And think about other scenarios. There are thousands of scenarios like this, of businesses updating local files that are needed for reporting. Well, this is how you can solve the issue. So I'm going to walk you step by step through this, okay? So we are going to painstakingly go through every detail. Make sure you don't fast forward because small details matter when creating PowerApps. So if you forget me unlocking a cell, it won't work. So make sure you go step by step, okay? Well, without any more delays, let's begin. Okay, so here we are in Excel. As we are going to do this step by step, we begin with Excel and we're going to create this budget file. So just to simplify things a little bit and to make this understandable, my budget file is not going to be very complex. It's going to have a year column, it's going to have a month column, and then it's going to have a sales quota. Let's call it budget, why not? Okay, so this is going to be 2018, and then we have the month 01, and then we have 2018, and then we have 2, and we are going to do this for each month of the year. There you go. And now, I don't know, just random numbers, who cares? You know, the thing with random is it always looks similar, right? No. Cancel. Let's copy that. And then the last one. Okay, so this is our budget. We put it there, budget. And what we need to do to be able to import these properly into PowerApps is to actually create a table of this, okay? So we will do insert table. My table has headers, yes, they do. And now let's give it a proper name. We're going to call these sales budget. Good. And now we're going to save this file into OneDrive. So we go File, Save As, OneDrive. It's loading. We call it Sales Budget 2018, and we save. So now if we go to OneDrive and we do a refresh, we will see our sales budget here. Okay, so it is working perfectly. Great. So what we need to do now is to create our PowerApps app. So we are going to, not now, dear Microsoft. So when you go in into PowerApps and you sign in, you have there's a possibility to have a free account to try it out. So you will come in here at home, and I think it's a little bit of a pity that it's not a add app in here. You have to actually go to apps there and then create an app. Not a big thing, but fine. So we click on that, create an app. And now we have some options to help us along. There are like thousands of sources. You can search through them all. But we're going to use OneDrive for Business. Phone layout, there's nothing else. And we're going to select our sales budget file. We have only one table for now, so connect. And now PowerApps is going to do all the hard work for you. So it's going to connect to the app, and it's going to give us a first draft of how an app could look like, which I think is very useful, because instead of creating a new app, we're just modifying something, which makes it so much easier. So I said, take a quick tour of PowerApps. We don't want to do that. See a preview of this app. Let's skip all that. And look what happens here. We have 3 screens. We have a browse screen, we have a detail screen, and we have an edit screen. So what are these things? Now we are on the browse screen. If you go here and play, this is the browse. And this is basically the place in our app where we can actually search for the data items that we have. So as you can see here, we have the months up there, and then we have the sales volume, and then we have the year. So if I search by 10, I will get October month. If I click here, it will take me to the edit or the detail view app or a window. You know, if we cross here, you see detail screen. So it moved us there. Let's play again. And here we can do edits. You see? So if I delete here, you see that we've moved into the edit screen. So this is quite a nice way to actually navigate through the app. If you are not very familiar with PowerApps, you can just visualize it, go to where you want to go, close the view, and then you will get there. Okay. For me, it was very useful in the beginning when I had no idea where I was. You have the possibility, of course, to enter new data. And if you delete, you'll see that you are on the edit screen. Okay. So it makes sense, right? So edit and enter new data is exactly the same, the same screen. So yeah, I mean, basically we have a fairly functional app already. So now the thing about PowerApps that I found less intuitive than Infopath is that you have to know where you're clicking, otherwise you won't find things. So for example, if you want to know which source is connected to the first screen, you have to click on the big, this big thing, and then you will see that we have sales budget as data source, and we see the layout, and it says here title, subtitle, and body. You have tons of other layouts to pick from. Okay, we would like to have title and subtitle only, so we can choose that. Click on here, and then here you will see we have sales budget, we have month, and we can actually concatenate month and year. So we will go in here, we write this item. Oh, thank you. Year, and then it shows up the name of the column, and then concatenate, and then these item, month. But then we want to concatenate like that. Okay? So this is like you would basically do in Excel. Nothing strange with it. And once you've done that, if we go here and play, you see the month and the year and the month, and then you see the volume. And of course we want to know that that is the volume. We can go here, delete, and here we can have I have a new computer and I'm getting used to the keyboard. You know, the keyboards are made for big hands. I can tell you that with my small hands. It takes a while to get used to. Let's do it like that. Of course, we don't want it there. We want it the same. And now look at what we've done. I mean, super easy, right? And we can search 2018. And it won't work because we've actually changed the search functionality. That is, I had such a hard time to find that the last time. Will I find it now? Okay, we will do it later. Because you have to find, you know, where the actual search text is. And it took me forever to find it. You know, I'm like very new at PowerApps. So this is my third app. So you can imagine. Anyhow, so we have a way to search that I just broke, but we will get it back, don't worry. And now what we want to do is basically to test this thing. So we go in there and we say we want to create a new, and we want to have, well, probably you don't want to create a new, or let's say that we want to create for next year. These are not in the right order. But let's say we know the sales budget for 2019. So we're going to write it here right away. And then bump. And then you see the dots. This means that I'm putting this information on your OneDrive, on your Excel file. And here it is. How cool is that? And then you can think like, oh, is it really there? Let's look. We have it in there. Excel Online 2019-01. I mean, it took like literally, I don't know how many minutes I'm on the video, but like 5 or 8 minutes perhaps to do this. Like, so amazing. And then you can, you know, say this is actually way too much. Let's put down the budget. And brum, 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 and we'll get a new entry or an edited entry on our Excel file. Is this amazing? Like, really? Let's clean up things a little bit. Where is my disappear? Hello. There it is. Okay. This is not in the order that we want. So you get the big chunk thing, if I remember right, and then you can just drag and drop. Before I was just like moving these things manually. It's a mess. Don't do that. But yeah, you can actually do it, you know, like you see here, like super easy. So can I change the name of that thing? I have no idea. Maybe rename. Will it break anything? Maybe. Oh no, I just changed the name, but it doesn't change there. Okay, is it still working? As I said, I'm new to this. You're watching me doing this live. Basically, I'm playing around a little bit. So if things break, I'm sorry. No, it's still working. Cool. So we have year, we have month, we have sales budget. And we have an app that actually we couldn't search on that, right? I broke it. Sales. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, so the actual search criteria is actually here on the browse gallery, and it says sort columns by. It also controls the descending or ascending. So now it is descending or ascending by month. And perhaps we would like to have it by sales budget. Why not? And the search is actually working. Let me show you. We go back here, and if we search by 2018, of course it gives us everything, but if we search 2019, it gives us, what if we search for a specific number, it also gives that. So it is working beautifully. We don't need to change these because the only things we have is month, sales, and year, and this is what this search box is supposed to search by. So we have done our first PowerApp file. App, perhaps I should call it. Let's go back here, take that away, go in there, go to themes. And you have the possibility to change the theme to anything you fancy. Okay, so now we are actually ready to save. And we're going to save it to the cloud, and we're going to call it sales budget. Save. And once it saved, it says you can actually share this app, and you can share this app with anyone within your organization. Okay, so I don't need to share it. You just put the email address there, and then add anyone in my organization or everyone in my organization as you like. But you're done basically. You don't have to do anything else. Then when the user will log in into their Microsoft Power Apps, they will see the app. Okay, so it's like really easy. There is a PowerApps mobile app, so you can actually download that into your mobile, and the user can actually edit, search, and input new budget lines anytime they need to. So with all this done, how about we go into Power BI, and now we import this beautiful app into Power BI. So close there, and then we go up here and say import from store. You have to be logged in, okay? Otherwise it will ask you to do that. PowerApps, search, add, included is beautifully, as I explained on a video I've done before covering this custom app. You actually first need to have some data to be able to make it work, and then you won't be able to create apps from here. You can do it from Power BI service in the cloud, but you can't do it from here. But one thing that we definitely want to do is to actually import our Excel file, right? So we have here OneDrive. So are you surprised that there is no OneDrive connection into Power BI? I don't know why there isn't actually, but of course it is possible to get OneDrive files into Power BI, and I'm going to show you how you do it. So what you need to do is you need to go to OneDrive, you need to click on the file that you are going to import, and then you're going to go open in Excel. Opening the version of Excel you have. It'll take just a few seconds to load, or a little bit longer depending on how big the file is, or it's not that big. As you can see, PowerApps has created an ID for us, so it can actually manage the different lines. And what you need to do is you go to File, and you have to click on here. This is the path of the file, and you copy it. This is like, you remove these. You are going to use a web source, connect, and you paste. Now, you have to remove this web thing from the end. You don't want that. You want to have the path to the file, okay? So once you have it, you click OK, and it will ask you to authenticate yourself. Make sure you use organizational accounts if you have an Office 365 account. If you have an on-prem, then you use Windows, okay? So Office 365 organizational account to sign in, otherwise you use Windows. And here we have our table. So we are going to actually edit. We don't want the PowerApps, and we would like to have perhaps, I don't know, a date column if we are going to have a calendar and time intelligence and all that kind of stuff. So we put year concatenate with month, and then concatenate with day. And of course they are not text, they have to be text to be able to. So either you change it here or you change it in there. Let's do it, because we want to have this as text anyway. Or at least I do. So now it will work. And then we change that to, what happened? It didn't change everywhere. What on earth? I've never seen that before. Oh yeah, it did. Sorry, I'm just blind. Okay, date, and then close and apply. So now the data from Excel in OneDrive is loaded into Power BI. And once we have some data, if you remember from my previous video, you just put something in there and it says, okay, you cannot create apps from here, but you can import. So we're going to import our sales budget. Creating or editing apps is not supported, we know that. And then we have date and sales budget as a table. And here we have our app. Okay, so now we need to just try it out, this app, and see if it works. We have the possibility to search. We have now 4 records for 2019. I've been testing a little bit before doing this, and we want to add a record for the month of May, some sales budget of 2019, and this will actually put the record into our Excel file that is stored on OneDrive. Okay, so when these dots stop dancing or whatever they are doing, then the record has been inserted. You know, Power BI catches the data a little bit hard, or Power Query, so if you press refresh, you might not see it right away. Okay, so first of all, let's see if this loads. I don't know if it's harder to load from Power BI Desktop than it is from Power BI PowerBI.com. For me, it seems that PowerBI.com it loads faster. But I'll pause the video to see, make sure that this loads. You don't have to wait. So now it's not dancing anymore. Let's do a refresh. And we should see 2019 May. And here we have it. So it is actually working in PowerApps. Is it actually also working in, do we have that record on Excel? There you have it, 2019 0501, and this is the sales budget. You can publish this to PowerBI.com to the cloud or the service. Let's put it on my workspace. I've already put it there, replace. And you will be able to put records from there too. It's amazing, isn't it? Let's see. So here we have it. Here is our data. This is our app. Let's put a new record. Let's put July of 2019. And then as soon as these dots stop dancing again, then we'll know that the record has been added to our Excel file. How amazing is that? I mean, the functionality and the possibilities for these are enormous. And if you actually, okay, we probably have like half an hour of video, but I've been just going through the details, and you can actually do the app in, if you're new, perhaps an hour. When you've done your first one, you can do an app like this in 10 minutes. Seriously. Of course, budgets are usually a little bit more complicated, but it's no problem. You can do all kinds of stuff with PowerApps. It is fantastic. And because you can import the data into Power BI, and you can actually have the app there, you could actually have a budget file with sales, and people can actually open Power BI to update their budget instead of looking for a file, an Excel file somewhere that they don't know what it is, and try to understand what they have to update. I mean, this is so much easier. The user experience can be so much better. And then you can start correlating sales budgets with actual sales and do tracking. So this is super, super powerful. I really hope you enjoy the video, and I really hope you give this a go, because it is amazing. Here we have the 2019-06 record. So it works like a charm. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a long video today, but I really hope you made it to the end. The rewards are gigantic. If you like the video as much as I like doing it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody that would like to know a little bit more about this, just share it. Make sure that they get to know what PowerApps is. If you're new to the channel, I publish Power BI videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you subscribe to learn new things about Power BI every week. And click the bell to receive notifications. Because YouTube stopped doing that for a while ago. So yes, hope you enjoy this video. Make sure you try that. It's so easy. And let me know how it goes. I mean, if you create your first app, I would love to know. And if you have like super cool ideas over we could do, let me know. I mean, share your knowledge with other people. Is one of the things I love about Power BI is the community. I'm going to stop talking now. Have a great day, and I'll see you again on the next video.